And your name?
Sara Garcia. I had registered,
She's registered to.
correct, and I just had
She
indicated.
registered, but she wants to change it. Yes, to
Correct.
testify. Okay, so we can change it. You can change it from here, or okay, we can change it from here.
And if you can just, the purple and yellow for each one. Thank you for your time. My name is Sara Garcia, and I am for House Bill 2120. After listening to a lot of the testimonies, I just feel like I cannot just sit there.
And you're representing yourself.
Yes, I am
Okay,
representing
ma'am.
myself. I'm representing myself because I too have a son with a mental illness who will not get work time credit, who will probably serve 50% of his time. But I also have a very good friend who was who also has to serve 50% of his time, and was two different scenarios. I mean, totally different, but I wanted to give you the examples, and that's why I chose to talk today. I wanted you to have the examples. One of my son with a mental illness who also did not have, and I'm a very active parent. I've gone to every, but my son started off in TYC and served a 5-year determinate sentence day by day, and solitary in the last 2.5 years before he came home. He lasted home 4 months. And unfortunately, I lost him back to another aggravated case. And I'm looking at his future. I'm looking at, I don't see, he's 23 right now. He's been incarcerated since he's 14 with a schizoaffective mental illness and mild retardation. But unfortunately, inside the system, he is deteriorating. But I do know we need hope, and I do know we need change, and I do know that a lot of the families are here, and I feel for the hearts of the families. I mean, in the stories, I can just imagine, the other people, thinking of my son and the things that he's done. I've always wondered what it would be like to hear the testimonies of these families, and I do know that today. But I do know as a mother that this is also my blood, and he's not, and he is my only child. And so there is hope, but there's hope every day because we hear every day, people committing suicide inside. So I do know that we do need reform, and I do know that we do need change in whatever way you see fit, but I do support it because of my only child and because of the man that is a good friend of mine who was forced to sign something he did not commit, has served 16 years, and still has 5 years to go before he can come up for parole. But the purple form in front of you will show you everything he has done while he has been there for 16 years. And so there is change in men who may not have, the stories where there's somebody, there is a victim out here that points out their name. But there are, the system has faults. The system has faults. People are forced to sign. I hear a lot of good DAs and a lot of good other testimonies, but there are loops. Thank you.
Ms. Garcia, thank you so much for your testimony. Members, thank you. All right. Is anyone else wishing to testify on, for, or against House Bill 2120? Not seeing none or hearing any. The chair recognizes Chairman Thompson to close.
Mr. Chairman and members, thank you so much. This has been a lengthy hearing, and I think that we have all learned a lot. We've learned a lot from those persons who have been victimized. Their families have been victimized, and we've heard a lot of those persons who are looking for relief. And I'm looking forward to, continue my work on this bill and to study it and see, what can, if anything, can be done. But more importantly, we want them to know that we don't want a justice system that fails anyone. We want one that keeps us safe, that represents us, that they can be able to rely upon. But we also want to look toward rehabilitation and what can we do to rehabilitate people and to those who can come back into society to be able to make those reentries. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members.
Members, anything for Chairman Thompson? And Chairman Thompson.
And thank all the witnesses that came, those
Yes.
who were for and those who were against.
Yes.
I appreciate it. I've learned something. My door is always open. You can come in whether you're against my bill or for my bill is fine. because you learn something from people even when they're against it. There may be something that you didn't think about that they can remind you, inform you, or educate you on.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for that, Ms. Thompson. You know, the whole time I was sitting here, I was thinking about my mother. You know, she lost her father in a crime at a very young age, and I was just thinking all of what she went through, and you know, I've never been able to recognize or see my grandfather, so it's a learning and a rejarring of all of that. And sometimes this is what this takes, and this is the cost of leadership. Thank you so much, Chairman Thompson. Members, if there is no objection, House Bill 2120 will be left pending.